A very pleasant good day, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. And once again, this is your Christian brother Eric Braxton speaking to you all from his beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth, Trinidad and Tobago, this wonderful island country that is in the blue Caribbean Sea. Well, once again, brothers and sisters, in the month of May 2021, we see where the state of Israel and Hamas, which America, England, and France, the Western powers, have deemed a terrorist organization, but not the PLO. But I'm not dealing with the PLO today. All of them is brothers and sisters in the Palestinian community. So the war with Israel and the Palestinians have flared up once again, and they are fighting. And where I sit in Trinidad and Tobago, this little island country, and looking further afield in the Middle East, as I always do, brothers and sisters, the land of Israel. That conflict go back years ago, in the days of Abraham with the Philistines and the Gentile nation. But we know God made that promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He will give them the land. As he made a covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all the land that you see, I will give it to you and your generation after. So I, Eric Braxton, is doing the right thing by putting the horse before the cat, because God is the one who created the earth. And if we go to the book of Genesis, I have to start there, the foundation lesson, gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world. When God created the earth, there were man upon this earth, Adam and Eve. The answer is no. So we see in Genesis, when God created the earth and speak the earth into existence, the angels was there. Michael, Gabriel, and Lucifer, the three angels, super archangels, brothers, and all the rest of the angels was there. Because in the book of Job, when God bring the physical universe into existence, all the stars which represent angels sang together when they see God manifest and command the physical universe into existence. Brothers, as teach in the scriptures by Herbert W. Armstrong, Dr. Gene Scott, and many other world pastors and preachers all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, because they understand these texts perfectly well. I understand it too, because I've listened to them and I've checked out the verse myself. So I have the same understanding with them in certain things. Yeah, although there are certain things they understand, I don't understand. What I'm simply saying, brothers and sisters, God created the earth. And when God created the earth, man was not there. So this earth belongs to God. And God could give to any of the human family any geographical location that he wants, because he created man after, and he created Adam and Eve. And we see the procreation of the human family start with Cain and Abel, etc., and the generation. And with the Babel of Tower, God confounded the language and he scattered the human family all over the world. Okay, we see that, brothers and sisters, in Genesis. All right. But in the time of Abraham, God gave Abraham the Holy Land. So it's God who created the earth, create man, and give that land. But the conflict with Palestine, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I understand and what the Bible teach, is the Arabs and them is saying the God did not give that land to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And therefore Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are making a false claim and they steal the land. And that's what the fighting of conflict have taken place all over throughout the century, the bloodshed. The Palestinians, the Philistines, the Gentile nation is trying to wipe out the children of Israel, the house of Israel, the house of Judah, and run them out of the land and claim back that land. And that is what you all are hearing all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, that the Jews have steal the Holy Land from the Arabs, and they are fighting over the land territory. But I want the Palestinians to know, and the house of Israel and the house of Judah and all mankind to know, that the land belongs to God. So who is the true owner of the land? The Jews in Israel? The answer is no. Who is the true owner of this earth? The Palestinians? The answer is no. Because when God created the earth, there was no Jew, There was no house of Israel, and there was no house of Judah, and there was no Palestinian around. Who was around? The three super archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Lucifer, and all the angels that God created. And they saw God create the earth. So who was around when God created the earth? The angels, the sons of God. Because they are sons of God. All the angels are sons of God. When the sons of God came unto the daughters of men in Genesis, they are the fallen angels. But were the fallen angels, were they called pigs? Okay. Were they called pigs? Were they called goats? The scriptures say when the goats, before into the fallen angels came into the door. No, when the sons of God came into the fallen angels. So because when God created all of them are the sons of God, angelic sons of God, because that is exactly what they are, ladies and gentlemen. They are the angelic children of God. You see, I putting things in its right perspective, ladies and gentlemen. So who the earth really belongs? This earth belongs to God. And therefore, when God created the human family, put the human family upon this earth, starting with Adam and Eve, all the angels know that. None of them is ignorant of that. So, coming to we know, brothers and sisters. So, my dear Palestinian brothers and Jewish brothers, you will say I am only talking Trinidad and Tobago, but we are in the heat, we are facing the suffering, all in the past, the 6 days wars, the 40 days wars, the 30 days wars, the 10 days wars, and all the wars that only have passed in the fight in the past with the Palestinians, starting in the days of Arafat and now with Hamas, and many times with Hamas. And when the war have done, some support Hamas and say they win the war, some support Israel and say they win the war, and on the both sides are two winners. And then they say Israel lose the war, the Hamas lose the war. Those who's against Hamas say Israel win the war and Hamas win the war. But on both sides is suffering, on Jews and Palestinians getting killed, on buildings are falling down, bloodshed on the both sides. And the Palestinians, children are growing up watching that's the suffering, the bloodshed, the bombing and the killing. The Jewish children is growing up and watching the bombing, the killing and the shooting. And the Israeli children are growing up to hate the Palestinians, and the Palestinians are growing up to hate the Jews. And that's why both of them is still not go ahead and fighting. And that is what is taking place, ladies and gentlemen. All of you all know that. I know that too. And anyone trying to hide that truth from us, they weren't able to do that because that's the reality of it. So this is a conflict in Palestine. But I want you all to know, Palestinian little boys and girls and all the Palestinians in the Palestinian community and the Arab world, and in the Arab League, and in the state of Israel, to the Jews also who have rejected Messiah, only the few Jews who accept him and continue to accept it today. I want you all to know that when Jesus Christ returned back to the earth, the one who created the earth, you all will recognize that he is God, that he is Savior, that is he who put mankind upon the earth. Both Palestinian and the Jews will recognize that when he comes. You all will say I'm talking a fallacy, I'm talking about some mystical, invisible God that we can't see. What are you really telling us, ex-Braxton? We have our bombs, we have our tank, we have to fight this war between the Palestinians, and the Jews are saying we have our bomb, we have our nuclear weapon, we have to defeat the Palestinians from taking this land from us. And the Palestinians are saying we have to destroy the Jews to regain back this land. What Jesus Christ you telling me about? What angels are you telling me about? What things you are telling me? You on a fantasy, Eric Roxanne? Are you a prophet of gloom and doom? I know a lot of you all will say that. But make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world. Mark my word, little Jewish boys and girls and the Israelis and all the Jews outside in the diaspora and all the Palestinians outside in the Arab diaspora also, because there's Palestinians in America all over the world. I want all of you all over the world who will happen to see this video, that Jesus Christ is coming, and when he come back to his earth that he creates and the human family that he has placed upon this earth, he will turn a new chapter and he will reveal everything to mankind. And all the Arabs will know he is God, and all the children of Israel who reject him will know he is God, and they will recognize he's the creator who created the angels, the universe, and mankind, and placed them upon this earth. Yes, when Jesus Christ come, he will do that. You see, you see, I have to pat all the presidents of United States who have made a concerted effort on their part to bring about peace between the Palestinians. They have played their part in the past, but they have failed miserably. Reagan, George Bush, Nixon, um, John F. Kennedy, and all the rest, and the Secretary of State, and the men and all the different people in Washington, in the State Department, who have gone there as ambassadors to bring about peace, and with all the conference that they have in the United Nations amongst the Arab leagues and in France and Europe, with the Western powers, America, England, and France, with all the leaders in the past who have come together and have meeting and to try to bring about peace. But have they bring about everlasting peace? No. They have tried, and I have pat them all on the shoulder, and God will reward them for the effort they have made in the past for bringing about peace. But they have it bring about an everlasting peace between the Palestinians and the Jews? No, because why is it was having the ball meeting in the United Nations, the war was fighting? And when that meeting stopped, the war stopped. There was peace amongst the Palestinians and the Israelis or the Arafat or Hamas for a little while. But 5 years after the war started back again, and so it have been going, and we have been seeing that. All right. And we have been seeing that. So who is the one to bring it to an end, ladies and gentlemen? The United Nations can't bring it about. We see all the past presidents with all the Secretary of State, America, England, and France. With all the effort, have they stopped it? The answer is no, it have continued all the time. And while I'm recording this video, it continues, ladies and gentlemen. So who is the one to bring it about? To bring it to a stop? And not only the war in Palestine, but the wars amongst all nations. The answer to that question is in the Bible. The answer to that question is in the Bible. God himself, because he's the only qualified one, ladies and gentlemen. You all think I'm just recording this video to puppy show all your little Jewish boys and girls and Palestinians in the Arab community and in the Jewish community? No, I'm telling you all the truth. I'm telling you all the truth. And people all over the world, is God himself has to come to stop that. Well, as I say, that mess up that is taking place up there and to clean up the mess all over the world. We can't do it. We little mortals down here. We could talk, we make our little strive, our little effort, but we fail miserably in the process. The only qualified one to bring peace to this world is God, so that all mankind will live in peace and love with one another. Can have you? And a lot of you, and the majority of mankind is not recognizing that because they are ignorant of what the Bible says. And even if they have the other religious books, the other religious books is not teaching that because these books is not of God in the first place. So we go teach that. How we go teach that? You see? Because that's a different doctrine to the scriptures. So you see, brothers and sisters, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm telling you all the facts. God himself have to come up back to the earth, which is Jesus Christ, to solve all the problems for mankind. Because after all, he have the solution concerning the human family in his hands. He will solve it for us. Oh yes, but a lot of you all will not accept what I say. A lot of you all will reject what I say. Because according to you all have to follow the policy of all the government. And through the policy of all the government will bring about peace and make a better society for mankind to live in. Well, that will not happen, ladies and gentlemen. That will not happen. God himself is coming back to this earth, Jesus Christ, to bring peace to the world because he's the God of peace. A lot of you all will not like what I say, and a lot of you all will say to me, Braxton, keep out of the business in Palestine. Why are you making a video talking about the Jews and the Palestinians? I have to do that because I'm part of mankind. I am mankind. And the Palestinians and the Jews is mankind. And I'm telling you all, ladies and gentlemen, I'm using classical examples. God gave the land to the children of Israel. But the children of Israel can't move that land and carry it on in Argentina, Palestine, and the Arabs can't take none of these lands up there that they're living on and move it and carry it on to Argentina. They will have to travel down to Argentina just as the Jews, but the land will remain up there. On that is true. On that is true, ladies and gentlemen. What the Palestinians could do, each of the Palestinians, all of them, they could take little dust and little rock and travel with and say, this is the stone from Palestine, this is the dust. The Jews could do that too, but the earth of itself, they can't move that and carry it, because you see, the earth is a ball of matter, and we upon it, and God created. So I'm using that example to teach all of that lesson, that the generation upon this earth are living and dying, but the earth remains the same, because God created the earth before mankind, and He's the true owner of the earth, and He give it to mankind. The heavens of the heavens are the Lord, but the earth had He given to the children of men. Right in the Bible. You see, when you all understand these things, you will recognize, ladies and gentlemen, all the Jews and all the Palestinians will recognize that this bloodshed that we are fighting and killing and bombing and shooting, God didn't create us to do that, you know. He really created us to put us places down here to live in peace and love with one another. Yeah, because the Palestinians will recognize, if you come to this awareness, I want them to come to that awareness, you'll say, wait a minute, I pelted the Israeli soldiers. I hate the Israeli soldiers. Eh? I pelted the Israeli soldiers. You understand? Okay, no man, Sandra. I pelted the Israeli soldiers. What? I'm finishing this now. I may think this study. Pelting the Israeli soldiers. He will recognize, well, wait now. Is I getting killed? But the earth is not getting killed that we're fighting over. Look, I wound the Israeli soldier, but I didn't wound the earth. Look, the Israeli soldiers wound my Palestinian brother, but he didn't wound the earth. So it's human beings getting killed, and we are fighting against one another. But the earth is the same thing, a ball of matter, and we can't move it and carry it nowhere. And when we live, when we die, we're going to the same earth and bury. I Palestinian, when I die, I go into the same earth. When the Jews die, they bury them and go to the same earth. So it's really, the relationship is between Jews and the Palestinians to live in peace with one another. When he recognized that and come to that realization, then he will recognize the only one to bring about that between the Palestinians and the Jews and mankind everywhere is Jesus Christ. Yes, Jesus Christ. And this is my message to the Palestinians and the Jews that is involved in that conflict. When Jesus Christ comes, He will put it all to an end, because He's a God of peace and He's bringing peace to this world. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, but sad to say, and unfortunate to say, but I have to say it because of the facts. Before Jesus Christ come onto the earth, the war will continue. Yes, before Jesus Christ come to the earth, the war will continue, the conflict will continue. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't want it to continue, but unfortunately, you remember what Jesus Christ said in Matthew, there will be wars and rumors of war. You see, He Himself said that, so it will continue before He come. And I Eric Braxton, been able to stop it at all. Any of you Christian out there in the Christian community think you all could stop it? No, you all can't stop it neither, much less for the non-Christian. You all would say I'm thinking negative. I'm not thinking negative. I'm telling you all the truth, ladies and gentlemen. telling you all the truth. So what I can assure you all, I will keep on watching the Palestinian Arabs conflict, the Palestinian Jewish conflict. I will keep on having an update what's taking place in Israel. But I know eventually, in spite of the bloodshed that I'm seeing on both sides and the suffering on both sides, I know ultimately the one to bring it to a stop permanently is Jesus Christ when he comes, because he's the only qualified one to do it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you all say I'm talking nonsensical foolishness, can't you all point a person besides Jesus Christ that you all know that could stop what taking Palestine, that could stop what taking place in Palestine between the Jews and the Arabs and all the conflict all over the world? Can you all name a person besides Jesus Christ? Eh? Well, you all look for the person now and point me to him now. You all will find no man upon the earth and no institution upon the earth, organization that could do that. Because if it had any man or institution that lived in the past that bring that conflict to an end, and there are no fighting, Jews and Palestinians will be hugging up and kissing up one another and playing together, and we are no fighting. But as we see that taking place, the answer is no. So that's why I say it's the one who created the universe and create mankind. Of course, the angels before mankind and the universe, and mankind. But plus the angels first. He's the one had to come and put it to a stop, ladies and gentlemen. He's the only qualified one. I know no one else besides him. And that's why I'm mentioning him to you, God himself. Well, a lot of you all will say I'm talking foolishness. I just know what I'm saying. I'm just talking from the top of my head. Ooh, will have me, well, and say, what is the reason why I make this video? I should keep out of the business in Palestine. You know, the business in Palestine is my business too, because they are my brothers and sisters. So, but a lot of you all will say, recording this video will not solve no problem. It will not solve the problem of Palestine by I recording this video, but it will bring awareness to you all. Who is the one will come to Palestine to stop all what is taking place in Palestine and the whole world? Jesus Christ. It will bring that message to you, because I mentioned about the creator, the one who created the earth, the one who placed mankind upon the earth, the qualified one who will bring it to an end. So in this video, I'll make you all be aware that I'm not speaking about man, I'm speaking about God himself, and he's the one who's coming to stop all wars and destroy all weapons from the earth, so that the earth will be in peace, as mentioned in the book of Isaiah. Well, we destroy the weapons and we'll have everlasting peace upon the earth. God himself will give this video a 30 minutes run, so half an hour. So you see, brothers and sisters, it's God himself. He's the only qualified one to bring it to an end, because he's a God of peace. Yes, man. The leaders who have lived in the past and the presidents, with all the meeting all over the world, an emergency meeting to stop the Palestinians and Hamas fighting, and all of them have lived and died. And if it have any of them in past administration, they are old men today. They are old men today. Only that love to bring that Palestinians and Israeli fighting to an end permanently. But they have tried and they have failed. Because when the Reagan administration gone out, the little discussion meeting they have to stop the war, on Reagan have died and gone, and almost all the people in his administration, his old men, or a lot of them have died, and look, the fighting come back with the Palestinian and Israeli. So you see, they haven't stopped it. They make the great effort, and God appreciate their effort. He will reward them for them, reward them for all the effort they have made in trying to bring a permanent peace between Palestine, the Israelis and the Palestinians. And right now discussion is taking place between Egypt, the president of Egypt, between Haman Jordan, the king of Jordan, and America have dispatched an ambassador to Israel, and the president of Germany and France, and all of them have a meeting right now as the war taking place. But why is they talking? The bombs is dropping and the people are getting killed. That's like what happening here. It was happening in the past with all the different American administration and the France administration and the American administration with all the presidents who live in the past. When they was talking in the past, the Israeli was getting killed, the Palestinian was getting killed. The bombs was dropping, the Israeli was dropping the bomb, and the Hamas was dropping in the bomb, dropping bombs and bloodshed on the same time. With the 30 days wars and the 40 days war, the 50 days wars in the past. And is the same thing happening now again? You see? You see what I'm trying to show all the ladies and gentlemen? It will continue till Jesus Christ comes, because he's the only one to stop it permanently and bring peace to this whole wide world. Well, this is the end of the video, and that is a message. A lot of you all will say, well, Eric Braxton, you record a video and tell us a bunch of stupidness and hogwash and nonsensical foolishness. You should not record this video in the first place. Because you down in Trinidad, in a relatively peaceful place, there's no war, there's no bomb, there's no bloodshed taking place. I could talk that talk, but we is at the heat of the and look what you telling us about Jesus Christ coming back to stop the war. Who is this Jesus Christ and all these things you all will tell me? Question. Well, I believe in the Bible, and that's exactly what I have to tell you all. Whether you all accept what I say or not, that's a fact of the matter. Bill Gates can't stop that war with all the billions of dollars that he have, and Emos with all the billions he have, he can't stop it. And Donald Trump put the three tycoon together with all the billions, they can't stop that war taking place in Palestine. And bring all the billionaires together with all the billions and trillionaires, all the trillionaires upon the earth with all the billions of dollars and trillions of dollars, gather all these rich and wealthy men of the earth and see if they could stop what taking place in Palestine. Not even them could stop it with all the billions they have. Because none of them is qualified. I'm talking about the one above, Jesus Christ. Well, you all accept what I said. The fact remains the fact. That's the fact. And that's the reality about it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the reality about it. So you all could call me prophet of doom or false teacher. Or I talking about a hogwash and I just know what I say. Keep out of the business of Palestine, Eric Braxton. Talk about Jesus and Mary and Joseph with the three wise men, and they found them in the manger. Talk about that. Talk about John the Baptist baptizing people down in the river Jordan. Keep out of the business of Palestine. A lot of you all will tell me that, but I'm not listening to all you. I'm not listening to what you all are telling me. When I'm ready to record videos of Palestine and talk about the Palestinian Israeli Arab conflict, I will talk about it when I want. You all will not stop me, and none of you all will not gag me. I put no gag on my mouth. You understand? I want you all to know that up front. Yes, I want you all to know that this little Christian boy, this is my message for you all and the Jews all over the world. So little Palestinian boy and the big little Palestinian girl and the Palestinian and all the Arabs in the Arab community and mankind in general and the Jewish girl and the Jewish people, not only in Palestine, the motherland, but all over the world, and to all the Jews in the international Jewish diaspora, and to all the Palestinians in the international diaspora outside the motherland of Israel. I want all the Palestinians to know and all the Jews to know that we have a loving God, and his name is Jesus Christ, and he is the one that's coming back to the earth to stop all wars, so that both Jews and Palestinians and all mankind will live in peace with one another. He is the creator God, because when he created this earth, there was no man upon this earth. He have created Adam and Eve, the human family, and placed mankind upon this earth, and he have given the earth to the children of men. So I am pointing you all to the owner of mankind, God, because he own man and he create man. I am pointing you all to the owner of the earth, the one who created the earth and placed mankind upon this earth. And who is he? God himself. Why am I doing that? I, I, I have to do that because I cannot go no other way. If I go to the east, that will confront me. If I go to the west, that will confront me. If I go to the north, that will confront me. And if I go to the south, that will confront me. If I go up and down or center, it will confront me, the same place. In other words, I cannot escape from that. God is the one. He is the creator. He is coming to put all wars and all chaos to an end. He's the God of peace. He's the God of our salvation. He is Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the fact of the matter. That's the fact of the matter. That's the fact of the matter. I love all the Palestinians. They are my brothers and sisters. And I love the Jewish people. And of course, we have to love mankind because the human family, we have to love one another because love is the fulfillment of the law. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, that's the message. That is the message. That is the message. Now, I want to draw attention to you all. You all know that God created the angels. God created the angels. But when all you look in Palestine today, in any conflict that is taking place, where there's guns and bombs, we know there are angels there, seeing mankind fighting and shooting and killing with one another. But we can't see the angels normally on this invisible. Right, but they are seeing us. Who's the one that have the gun in the hand and shooting at the next soldier? Who is the one that have the gun in the hand? The rebel or shooting against the police, or the soldiers shooting against the rebel? Only human beings have the gun in the hand. You are seeing no angels appear with an AK-47 in the hand. It's human beings that have the AK-47 in the hand. And ladies and gentlemen, so it's human beings that fighting and killing one another. In all the conflicts that take place and continue to take place all over the world. But ask yourself the question, all the angels that God created, have any of them died? The answer is no, all of them is alive. So who is the one who is really living and dying? Human beings, the animals also. You all will see what Eric Braxton is really getting at. Well, I have to add them to the mix. Because it's not only man upon this earth, the angels upon this earth, mankind is upon this earth. So, but there's angels, that's not flesh, they are not flesh and blood creatures. They are spirit beings because God created them different than mankind. You see, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, I know a lot of you all will find it hard to accept that, but you have to accept that faith, what the Bible teach, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of people don't believe in no angels, and they want to see angels before they believe in any angels. So you see, a lot of people want to see them to believe. You see, or they remain a skeptic all their lives. You see, ladies and gentlemen, so you'll encounter people like that all over the world. So, brothers and sisters, this is my message concerning what is taking place in Palestine. And I have given the solution not only to the problem that is taking place in Palestine, but what is taking place amongst the human family. The solution to all mankind problem, Jews or Gentiles, Israelis or Arabs, the whole human family, the solution to all of mankind problem is in the hands of God the Father and Jesus Christ. In other words, God have the solution to all mankind problems, and He's the only one to solve it and to put it to the end. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of you all didn't know that, because a lot of you all are not teach that, and a lot of you all are ignorant to that. Yes, a lot of you all are ignorant to that. God is the one to solve all the problems of mankind. Whether you all accept it or not, that's the fact, and that's the hardcore reality. He's the only qualified one. The only qualified one is God the Father Himself and Jesus Christ. A lot of you all didn't know that. Well, this is what this little Christian boy are teaching you all. I'm bringing you all to that reality, to that awareness, to that consciousness, to that illumination, that enlightenment of the heart, mind, and soul. And I want you all to inculcate what I say and internalize what I say deeply in all your heart, mind, and soul. Let it remain there. Lock it down in all your heart when all you get this truth. And lock it down in all your heart and throw away the key. And no more open it. Let that truth remain in all your heart forever and ever. This is the manner I speak, ladies and gentlemen. This is the manner that I speak from time to time. You understand? Because I'm not standing on any platform or not. I want you all to know that. Right. I'm standing on the biblical platform, on the Bible, on the words of God. You understand? You understand, ladies and gentlemen? So my talk will be different to a lot of other people. You understand? You understand, ladies and gentlemen? And I continue to record this video. If we give it a full hour run, thank God. But we will see how far it reach. Down the road or up the road, ladies and gentlemen. So that is a problem. That is a problem. And ladies and gentlemen, the fighting that is taking between Palestine, the Hamas, Palestine and Israel in the month of May 2021, you know it will come to an end in a few days. Whether it's a month from now, the war will settle down and will come to an end. And when the journalists from Algeria, that is on the ground, actually what's seeing take place, recording and reporting, and the foreign journalists and all of them do the estimate and see how much damage was done in Israel and how much damage was done in Palestine and how much Israeli get killed and how much get wounded and how much Palestinian get killed and how much the building fall on and how much of them get killed, and they estimate amongst Israel a couple of millions of dollars in damage, but amongst the Palestinian billions of dollars in damage. When the smoke is settled and the dust is clear, it will only last again maybe for 4 years or 5 years, and then it will all start back again. Well, here all will go. Eric Braxton, you're talking, you should see it will settle down and remain so permanently. No, well, that can't happen, because the scriptures say, ladies and gentlemen, you see that hatred between the Jews against the Palestinians, and that hatred between the Palestinians against the Jews, they will just have a quiet moment, maybe for 4 years and 5 years, and it will flare back up again and war will start back again. It will be a constant recycle. And that's the fact of the reality. But I have given you all the solution. Oh yes, I'll help him. I want to end this video now, Sandra. No, I'm just talking about something, Sandra. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. But the solution to all the permanent problems of all of mankind, Jesus Christ will bring all wars to an end. And he will bring everlasting peace to the human family, to the world. And that's what the human family need. And it only could come from Jesus Christ. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll bring the curtain down on this video, and we will continue the discussion in other videos to come. So may God bless you all abundantly. And I just pray and I hope that whosoever see this video ponder deeply what I have teach them in this video. And that's only, don't just accept what I say, but read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, the original King James Bible, and you all will see what I am telling you all is in the Bible itself. The solution to all mankind problem is in the hands of God the Father and Jesus Christ. Oh yes. Bye bye, my friends.